What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rex Righteous, and I'm back with another rap rant. Alright, so I wanted to talk about the matchups between the Miami Heat and the Lakers, okay? So I've been looking at the lineups and stuff like that. Also been considering everything that's passed, all the games, the highlights, the great talks about whose fault it is, and you know, when it came down to like the losses, like whose fault it was, and who brought the team over the hump. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of talk about that, and we also have upcoming matchups. That I'm really interested in. You know what I'm saying? So the first couple things that I'm gonna be looking at is what we have on the bench and what we have in the starting lineup. So to me, the team that I think that they're gonna start with is just like a generic lineup that they usually have, but I think that they are going to go with it. Is Dragic, um, Duncan Robinson, Goran Dragic, just to be specific, as the point guard, uh, Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder, and Adebayo. Now, I could see them switching Dragic for Kendrick Nunn. I don't know yet because they played 38 games with Kendrick Nunn as the starter, and they also did Myers Leonard for a little bit, which was like I said, for 38 games. Myers Leonard was the center for the Miami Heat, and Bam actually played the power forward position. Now they got Jay Crowder playing the power forward position. Um, I'm not sure if that was before the trade, but even still, Kendrick Nunn has played a lot of starter minutes. Um, he can do it, and the fact that he's gonna rest up, he will be perfect for when Hero comes in. So what I think the game plan is gonna be centered based off of uh, just shooting. Shooting. Like, I mean, most of the time, um, whenever I saw LeBron get beat, it was a lot of times it had to do with shooting. Now, a lot of people might say, well, LeBron didn't have help, so it doesn't matter if you know if you shoot. It all matters if LeBron has help. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I don't see that. I don't really think of it that way. I think of it in a way where it comes down to matchups. They have to make their shots. In order for them to win, they have to make their shots. But if they do make their shots, the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be in trouble. I'm promising you that, because look, okay, this is how matchups work. Okay, you have to be optimistic. You can't be thinking, well, this team has, Thanos or whatever. Like, it's basketball. It's just sports. Okay, so open your mind. All right. Of course, it's coming from a Heat fan, but I'm trying to tell you the game plan, how it works. So if we are hitting our buckets and we have the starting lineup for the Lakers, um, you know, Pope, uh, LeBron, Davis, Green, and Howard. Now, if we're hitting our shots, the whole purpose of Dwight Howard being on there would be to defend Bam Adebayo. Okay, that's what we're assuming, that he's going to be guarding Bam Adebayo. We're also assuming that he's going to be the starting center. Okay, now they could switch Anthony Davis on Bam, because the thing is, in basketball, if you're a big and you handle the ball or you're a part of a play, you're important. You're not just a rebounder. You're not just some guy that does picks and goes to the basket. You're a part of the offense. So now I would assume that they would want to do that. That they would want to switch Davis for Bam, because Bam always has his hands on the ball. Okay? Now if they do that, guess what? Jay Crowder is going to be open for a shot. He's going to be open. He's going to be open all game. And if he gets open, then whatever point guard we had we have is gonna be open because the way Dragic and Tyler Hero Slash is almost identical. They're just super driven. That's basically how it works for them. They score at will. So whatever they can find on the court, they'll hit it. They have hot spots all over the court. They'll hit it. Faders, fucking floaters. They'll pretend like they're gonna pass it and then shoot it. So those two guys are gonna be, you know, providing offense. You know what I'm saying? And then when you got all that slashing going on, you got Robinson. So it all depends on what the Lakers do to combat the shooting. You know what I'm saying? Because Pope is a good shooter. I know he's a great spot up shooter. And LeBron being the point guard of the team, he's going to do one or two things. He's going to try to facilitate, or he's going to try to drive the basketball and make it an inside game. Okay? If he does that right away, the way the Heat will respond is by shooting threes. Now, if the Lakers decide to shoot against the Miami Heats, I think they're going to be in trouble. If they decide to shoot versus the Miami Heat, they're going to be in trouble. Now, the Lakers have rebounders, so they can shoot. Like, I'm not ever discrediting professional NBA players, okay? They're athletes. They can hit shots. And obviously, if everything's rolling because you have LeBron James, with, whether it comes to defense, getting open, picks, blocks, all that changes the trajectory of a game. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Butler is going to be providing the engine and the hunger and the defense for the team. You know what I'm saying? But if he starts to shoot, I'm telling you, if he starts to make shots, because he's not going to force anything. Unless he sees the ball going in, he's not going to force anything. But if he starts to make shots, you're definitely going to have a long night. The Lakers are definitely going to have a long night. So the way I'm seeing it right now is Adebayo has to get 15 boards a night. There's no excuses because they got Crowder there, and he's just going to be basically watching LeBron constantly. He's going to be helping Jimmy. He's going to be trying to get Jimmy open, and he's going to be hitting threes. When you got all that on your mind, you're not really thinking about rebounding. You're thinking about defense. You know what I'm saying? But not rebounding. Okay? So Bam has to get all those rebounds. They're not going to make every shot. They're not. But I'm pretty sure my man Duncan Robinson is going to be a problem. Obviously, I'm rooting for my team, the Miami Heats. I think it's possible that we can beat them. But that, to me, would be the initial game plan. And if I were to say what could happen for the Lakers, they got to go inside. Unfortunately, it might not be a beautiful game for the Lakers if they win. It might be that they're playing a lot of defense and they're depending on those refs. And they might not even be shooting like that. They might not. They might be playing an inside game where it's a little ugly. And if AD tries to over exert himself, and the fact that he's never been in this position in his career, let's not forget what happened to Kyrie. Okay? It happens. It's sports. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because we have a lot of our stuff set up. And when I say we, I'm talking about the Heat. Okay? So the way our team is set up, because we've been building this team for even before Dwayne Wade came back, we were building this team. We have a good amount of interchangeable centers that can provide defense and offense. They might not be able to clog the lane or stop Anthony Davis. But basically, if we were to lose Bam Adebayo, there's a possibility. I mean, this is just an example, because I'm comparing. If we were to lose Bam Adebayo or Jimmy Butler, there will be someone to come into that slot that can, at the very least, do 50% of what Jimmy was doing. And I'm not talking about like a cheap 50. I'm talking about like a high 50. Like he could reach up to 75% of what Jimmy was doing. He might not do it like Jimmy, but he can do it. And they're on the bench. There's a bunch of dudes. Kelly Olynyk, Damian Jones can do it. He actually was doing it before Jimmy Butler showed up. And that's basically it. Like, you got those guys providing offense. Myers Leonard could come off the bench, but I don't see him becoming a starter. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be someone that's going to have to come off the bench and provide garbage minutes. But, if we were to lose our guys, we're more prepared to have a good replacement. You can't replace AD in the Lakers. You cannot. You cannot replace LeBron, but guess who you can get as your best version of an undersized LeBron? Obviously, he won't be able to shoot random threes and hit mid-ranges like that, but Rondo can do that because of his IQ and the fact of his experience and the things that he can do when it comes to passing. He can provide a floor general type of environment. If LeBron were to go down, he can do it. You know what I'm saying? JaVale McGee can provide for Dwight Howard, but no one can replace Anthony Davis. It's the same thing that happened with Kevin Love. You tell me who was able to replace that man's energy and productivity? No one. You can't replace Kyrie because he's your point guard. He was literally your second scorer, if not first. AD a lot of times interchanges with LeBron when it comes to scoring. He's a big bulk of the offense. I'm not even messing with you. This is serious stuff. Top 10 in MVP votes. AD's a serious guy. He has jimmies, man. He don't fuck around. He plays to win, and I respect those guys out there in the Laker world, the Laker nation. But that's not where all my chips are. That's not where all my eggs are when it comes to the basket. But I will tell you this. If he takes one game off, if he gets hurt, if he's having any things going on at home, excuse me, thank you, there's not too many people that can provide offense like him. I mean, LeBron can do it for a game or two, maybe even 3, but I don't know about see year 17. You feel me? And we can defend LeBron without AD there. Obviously, this is how it works when it comes to superstars. If they have just one, maybe for half a game, you're like, oh snap, well, damn, he's by himself, and then LeBron has to, he has to go to work. Okay, there'll be some offense, but it's not gonna be like that if AD is not there. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that AD provides when it comes to defense, unbelievable stuff. So like, I'm willing to give this matchup a worthy look, and I want to see what happens if we get demolished. I would actually be surprised. So the first game is going to be in the bubble, just like all the other games. But from what I understand, the first game is gonna be the Lakers home advantage. Another thing that I did want to bring up is that ultimately the bubble is in Florida. So, you know what I'm saying? There's a big chance that they have a lot of support outside of that arena and stuff like that. And, that causes them to have confidence in their games. You know what I'm saying? But the first game is going to be, from what I understand, is today, later on. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think Jimmy's going to do a lot of stuff, man. And it's going to be unappreciated. Even if we lose, it's going to be unappreciated. But of course, the number one key to us winning will have to come down to Dragic, Tyler Hero, our 3-point shooting, Jay Crowder for sure, Andre Iguodala, who could back up Jimmy. He could interchange with him, and this is what I'm saying. If we lose one guy, we got another guy lined up, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. Kelly Olynyk with the threes, Derek Jones Jr. with the long reach and stuff like that. He doesn't have that much offense, but he can still provide some defense. So that's what I'm saying. This team is definitely ran like a college team, and if everything is worked out correctly, it's possible. It could be, things could turn out to be magical, because it'll be back to like beautiful basketball where you can hit all kinds of shots. But like I said, man, with Adebayo doing his thing, handling the ball, it's gonna screw up their offense and their lineup. The fact that Adebayo's touching that ball, holding it, doing stuff with it, kind of like Jokic does, brings down the ball. You know what I'm saying? Checking, scanning things. That is tough. You know what I'm saying? And he's not a shooter. He's not going to stand still and, like Jokic. He's not going to stand still. He'll be moving around. You know what I'm saying? And these guys are prepared, man. So I don't want to give too much lip. I hope you guys tune in. You know what I'm saying? And much love and respect to all the basketball patriots, I should say. I don't know. All the people that love the sport. Shout out to you guys. Much respects. Much love to everybody, all my viewers, all my subscribers. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. Check the description link. I'm trying to come up with more topics. Also, the podcast will continue. I think we're gonna start again on Thursday, so we'll probably talk about this a little bit more. The homie Hector is in Florida, so if anything, we'll talk about it more there. But this was definitely a Raf Rant. I hope you liked it. Peace out. Much love to you guys, and let's try to keep basketball and boxing alive. Peace.